So the Paris seminar weapon. I hate to use the word back in the days because it looks like you're old. People used to practice since long time, but I used to when I start to teach in these facilities. Because during the week you cannot cover every weapon. It's quite difficult. Sometimes you can do swirl. I mean, we are not like a particular school of weapon. We have so many weapons, and even if they are all ruled by the same principle, they need a certain time of acclimatation to touch them. You need to know the specificity of the weapon, and you need to know them in such a way that when they are in your hand, you measure them. You can understand directly what you can do. I've seen Hatsumi Sensei doing this so many times, and apparently Takama Sensei could do this. What I could read, what I could heard. So during the year, I have 3 days. Back in the day, it was 3 days. 3-day seminar. That's good for Taiko Myosai and things like that. Now for me, but young when you start, and it was difficult to have 3 days one-to-one like that. So we used to do 1 day off, and the weekend. So the seminar used to start always a Thursday. It was not on the morning. Most of the time we were doing this in July. Compared to the seminar in the past and the one with you, most of the time I follow a curriculum. A, B, C, Shoden, Chuden, Okuden, whatever the weapon, whatever the Ryuha. And last seminar we did was very interesting because I took one aspect, Mae-Naname for example, that you have in every Ryuha, so an angle that you have in every Ryuha, but the way you move the weapon, that's according to the feature, the particularity of the school. And from only one thing, we did all weapon. That was last year. This time I decided to come back to the primary things we used to, like when you came first time. We take one form from one Ryuha and we practice, and then we dig it. Yesterday we did, for example, the Yari Gokui Hiryu. We just did the form. It was quite complicated. I'm gonna dig a little bit tonight. You're gonna have this on video, I promise. I'll send you it, and I promise I will do it again in UK. I promise. We structure things according level of Ryuha in order, of course, to keep teaching to everyone, to each student who come to me the whole year, see the weapon, practice the weapon. Maybe some are in the Shoden, some in the middle of Shoden, some are middle of whatever the Ryuha is, and to help them, to push them on that direction, and to complete, of course. If there is something to complete, because we never enough complete, a certain level of practice. That's one of the main things. And at the same time with the heat, very important. We used to do seminar outside. We did even when it was raining, you remember? You should not change the way you are. It's a good way to test yourself. Take the heat, take the place coming like this, different people from different country, different way of practice, different behavior. It's a very interesting way to test yourself and to see how you're going to behave. Because it's easy to behave in your own dojo with your own group. It's easy to pretend you are sensei, whatever. No, it's being able to be open and to fit the heat, to go with the heat. And that's also another aspect of the endurance for the patience, the perseverance for the patience. It's hot, we're sweating, we don't feel good, there is some smells. Let's see how you're going to do, because Hatsumi Sensei is used in Japan. He goes from one weapon to the other, but at the same time he's here, still the same standing man. Whatever the smell, whatever the people. So I think it's a good way to practice like that. That's why the full seminar weapon allows us, again, to move from weapon to weapon without get disturbed by the length, by the characteristic of the weapon.